Brad, let's start your journey. I mean, where did it all start?
My journey started
And at what age? So, where did you all start? What exactly inspired you? And at what age did you start your physical training?
I started at the age of 16, and it all started when I was back in my schooling days. I was always obsessed with, having a good physique, being ripped, having a six pack, looking good physical image. I obviously had my idols at the time who I'd always look up to, had the photos of Arnold on my wall, had the bodybuilders on my wall, and that was just my dream, to have a great body one day. And every single day I would be training, no real knowledge behind my training, but I was training every single day to try and build the best body that I could. And from there, I just ultimately started out my training journey. My training journey advanced, which took me into competitive bodybuilding. In the junior ranks, really went far in the junior ranks of competitive bodybuilding, took me out of the junior ranks of competitive and went into the open men's, still competing at a young age with the older guys. And that took me in a good place as well. Then transitioned out of that and started the physique journey, started my physique program, and still on the mission.
But Brad, starting at the age of 16, I mean, what's the background about your family?
It's actually good because a lot of people ask me, like, for example, my parents.
Yeah, I mean, something like, who
bodybuilders.
inspired you?
No,
Because that's the age where most of the children are, busy with the noise of the tablet, mobiles, iPhones, and they're so busy that they're unable to focus on this part, which is the most important part of longevity.
I had a football background. I started out with a football background, and I played football at a good level, in terms of like an academy-based level. And I had an issue with my knee, so I always had a knee issue.
Okay.
I think football was more of a good genetic. I was good naturally without really trying.
Okay.
And I was always told by the professional physio at the time, you need to start training your legs to then be able to strengthen your knee, stabilize your knee better. And there's always one when somebody tells you something, it's you wash it off when you're very young, you never do anything about it, you keep turning up and keep complaining. And there's one time actually, that's what took me into the gym, to only rehab a knee injury that I had at the time. And then that's what got me into the training, and that's what really just allowed me to fall in love with training. And
So you didn't progress through the football journey?
When I played football, I think I stopped playing roughly at around probably age 15. And my football journey ended actually. We had a cup final at the time, and I actually said there's nothing wrong at the time. I still could have progressed quite far. And I said, if we win the cup final today, I quit. And a lot of people wouldn't think I follow through with my word, but I'm always a man. I follow through with my word.
And then you went to bodybuilding.
Then I went and I just focused more into
You were
my
this
actual
kid,
gym training.
16 years old guy, trying to pick up weights in the gym.
Yeah, I started.
What was that feeling?
I started off very skinny.
Because you'll find these macho guys available in the gym. And what was your feeling?
My feeling was always, when I used to go training, I was always in my own lane. So I always used to go into training in my own lane. I'd try and eat with the knowledge that I had and the training knowledge that I had at the time. I still had nobody behind me. And I always remember, I first ever seen like the good guy in the gym, the one good guy who comes in, tight t-shirt, biceps popping, got abs, and I was like, well, that's crazy. Like, that is, I want to look like that. That was my first start, and I never forget this.
And did you hire a coach?
Yeah, so what actually started, I first ever kind of hired a coach to begin with. Again, that wasn't the most success in terms of what I did, if you're just being fed wrong knowledge at a young age. And then I went with another coach, and that coach really allowed me to go to a good level. We won a lot of things together. And then from there,
So at that age, you had already planned that you're going to compete for the world championship?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all, no.
Okay.
No, I never.
How did that progress?
So I originally started off competing in kind of your local competitions. You always compete locally first. And then that was the first competition I competed at locally. I would have been 17 at the time. That local competition then qualifies you to compete at a British level. Then you have to win it, or at least finish top 3. So I won that one, went to the British level, won the British level. When you win the British level, that then qualifies you for a world level. So it always kind of works up the ladder like that. So no, I never had expectations myself from the start. I just went and tried to be my best.
What was the feeling of winning Mr. Britain?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. It's actually really funny when I won it in the juniors, because the way competitive works is everybody competes in an individual class, okay? And then when everybody finishes competing in an individual class, you then all compete for what you call like an overall. So for example, the junior category at the time was split between under 18, under 21, under 24. And everyone competes individually within the class. And then the 3 winners then compete together.
Wow.
And I remember when 3 winners compete together, you get called out and you win. So for example, I hear my name. And I hear my name at the time, I'm like, wow, I finished 3rd. Because they call my name first.
Okay.
So that must be 3rd. But I didn't realize that they only call one name to win.
Oh my God.
So it was a funny days, my early days of competing, but I was like, wow, I actually won. I didn't even realize that I won at the time.
What was the celebration at home?
Yeah, it was good. My family are very supportive. And that was the beginning of my bodybuilding career, the beginning of kind of my social media. But yeah,
That's when your parents figured out that he is on the right path.
Yeah, they always knew I'm serious about everything that I do anyway. They always support regardless. But I think it's nice, when they see some hard work pay off and some level of success, to actually know, you can build a journey out of this.
Did you have some crazy experience that actually was letting you down while actually preparing for this, Mr. Britain?
I think one of the main things is when I started out young, 16, 17, my physique got posted a lot of places, on news channels, all over the internet, all over bodybuilding pages, all over physique pages, in the biggest newspapers in the UK. Like everything was posted over this national television. And I think one of it comes with a lot of positives, a lot of kind of fame as such. But with fame comes negativity, and you get a lot of negative comments. Doesn't matter how well you do in life. If you do well, you're going to get hate. That's what I say. So you have to get used to it. And I think one thing that it built my character early days, is yes, to turn on a page and see people say, wow, you look very good. But you're also going to get, the 30% who are all against what you do, who don't, who say X,
Correct.
Y, and Z. Just keyboard warriors, online warriors, you get them.